News at noon starts right now.
The extreme heat that we're seeing this summer is now drawing the attention of our president.
President Biden announcing new measures to help the nation address the recent heat wave during a press conference that included San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg. He's asking the Department of Labor to issue a hazard alert that would help protect workers against the extreme heat. And
$7 million in funding under the Inflation Reduction Act is set to go into improving weather forecasting, plus another $152 million to expand water storage.
During the press conference, Mayor Ron Nirenberg said the city of San Antonio is working on ways to address the heat-related issues. He says the city will set aside $4 million to increase tree planting, which can help keep inner cities stay cool. He also said cooling centers are open and free. Transportation is also available.
And with that in mind, staying cool this summer critically important, particularly with the dangerous heat showing no signs of letting up. Seniors over the age of 60 or people with a disability can request a box fan at no cost. All you have to do is call the United Way by dialing 211. The box fan program relies on donations. If you want to help, you can donate a 20-inch boxed fan.
We have the drop-off locations on KSAT12. Scan the QR code on your screen for more information, and you can also donate money. We have these details on our website as well.
And we're taking a live look outside. We have got breaking news here. It's only 91. Give us a few minutes. We'll be at 92.
We've got some other breaking news. I'm going 99 tomorrow, not 100. So that is a change. As we look at
rolling the dice.
Exactly.
Living on the edge.
Big deal. As you look out over the city, we still have a little bit of a haze there. Some dust still trying to make its way through some of that Saharan dust. Let's look at the weather where you live. If you're up in New Braunfels, it's 93, feels like 99. Seguin, it's 91, feels like 95. Bernie, you're at 86, feels like 88, one of the quote-unquote cool spots this afternoon, but we're all starting to jump into the 90s. And just like yesterday, we'll be up around that triple-digit mark again this afternoon. Air quality, even with that dust, is okay. We're in the moderate category, so not a big deal here. Just a little bit of a haze in the sky. But so far, this Saharan dust hasn't created a lot of problems. 100 around 4 o'clock, that's our high. We'll keep that going 5, 6 o'clock. Before we slowly cool down this evening. 96 at 8 p.m. Still mostly sunny. As I mentioned, a little bit of a cool down, if you want to call it that, tomorrow. But the drought monitor is in, and that's not looking so good. We'll take a look at that for you and look ahead as well coming up in just a couple minutes. Guys.
Thank you so much, Justin. A case of man versus machine has left another bank ATM on the losing end of the battle. For the second time in about a week, someone in San Antonio broke open one of these cash machines and hauled away the money. Katrina Weber shows us this latest case is strikingly similar to one last week.
There was no such thing in this case as a transaction denied. Someone who was clearly determined to make a withdrawal from this ATM at West Avenue and Bassey Road forced the issue overnight. San Antonio police found out about the destructive break-in in a call from a passerby before 4:30 this morning. They quickly located a truck nearby with a chain still attached. But the criminals who actually got their hands on the machine's cash were nowhere to be found. It seems these burglars either had a lot of extra time or used a lot of extra power to cause all this damage. They were able to rip the entire front off this machine. The mess they left behind looked a lot like what we saw last Tuesday morning at Marbach Road and Hunt Lane, and that's not where the similarities end. Both machines belong to Chase Bank, and police say they were stripped of their money within minutes. As in this morning's case, the criminals ditched their stolen truck in a nearby neighborhood, possibly escaping in a waiting getaway car. Still, police are not able to say yet whether these cases are connected. Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
A family is devastated after a 4-year-old girl drowned in an above-ground pool during a gathering at a Southwest Side home. San Antonio police say officers were initially called for a missing child around 8 last night in the 9100 block of Ocean Gate. The girl got away while a family of 15 was gathered outside. After about 30 minutes of searching, they called authorities for help. Officers arrived. A short time later, the little girl was found face down in an above-ground pool in the backyard of the home. The child was pulled out. Police began CPR. She did cough up water and was taken to a hospital, but she later died. The family told officers the ladder to the pool was removed, and it's not known how the little girl got inside.
Experts say you need to teach your kids about swimming. That's great, but you also need to teach them about what to do in an emergency like that. Here are 5 things the American Red Cross says that you can teach your child. You can make them a stronger swimmer. The first one is making sure they always know how to get into the water safely. The second, make sure they know how to tread or float for at least 60 seconds. Experts say that gives you time to get your bearings if you're in an emergency. And then third, swimmers should know how to turn in a full circle while treading water to be able to find an exit. Fourth, a young swimmer should learn to swim 25 yards. It's important distance to show stamina in case there is an emergency. And finally, the 5th skill, being able to get out of the water safely. In a pool, that means without the assistance of a ladder or steps.
A man is in the hospital after being stabbed in his shoulder and underarm. He says it started because he said no to a suspect that offered him drugs. San Antonio police tell us the man was near Marbach and 410 around 10 last night when he was approached by the suspect that asked if he wanted drugs. Again, the man said no, but the suspect didn't leave him alone. When the man told him to leave, that's when the suspect began attacking him with a knife. The suspect took off, and the victim was taken to the hospital. He's expected to be okay.
New at noon, Seguin police searching for a caregiver who they say left 3 people inside of a vehicle with no AC, with temperatures near 100 degrees. Police say Corey Evans Gill is facing 3 counts of deadly conduct. Back on July 9th, police say that they found 3 men who had mental disabilities stuck inside a hot vehicle that was turned off. This was in the 700 block of Stratton Street. Police there say that Gill was their caretaker and legal guardian. Anyone with information about his whereabouts is being asked to call police at 830-379-2123. Creating art can be much more than just a fun hobby. How this local exhibit is showcasing the healing power of art.
And the Dallas Cowboys are in full practice mode. A look at what's ahead with the team during training camp.
A dramatic day in court for the president's son. We're learning more details about why a judge would not accept Hunter Biden's plea deal. We'll take a look at her concerns after the break.
A dramatic scene unfolded in federal court as Hunter Biden's plea deal struck between prosecutors and the president's son collapsed during his hearing.
The judge now wants both sides to address her concerns about this deal, which would have given Hunter Biden immunity from future criminal charges. ABC's M. Nguyen with the judge and what she's questioning as to whether this deal was even constitutional.
A stunning 3-hour hearing for Hunter Biden, ending with his original plea agreement unexpectedly falling apart in court. The deal now on hold for 30 days after U.S. District Judge Mary Ellen Norica, a Trump appointee, raised concerns over the scope of Biden's immunity from potential future charges.
It seems like the prosecution and the defense both had not put in the language properly and had not even reached a formal agreement on a critical term in there.
Court documents obtained by Politico and a source with direct knowledge confirming their authenticity with ABC News, detailing the deal Biden struck with Trump-appointed U.S. Attorney David Weiss. Prosecutors promised the president's son legal immunity for any other crimes that might be covered by information uncovered by the investigation, including lavish spending and various business deals. The documents detail his 2017 income from foreign sources like Chinese companies and a Ukrainian energy company. According to the documents, in 2018, Biden continued to earn handsomely and spend wildly while in the throes of addiction. He earned $2.6 million, but essentially ignored his tax obligations. Under the original agreement, Biden would plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax charges to avoid prosecution on a federal count of illegal possession of a firearm. But the judge questioned whether the deal was even constitutional. That dramatic twist reverberating through Washington.
Hunter Biden is a private citizen, and this was a personal matter for him.
Congressional Republicans who have called the deal preferential treatment to the president's son, calling on the investigation to continue.
There shouldn't be 2 justice systems in America, and hopefully today that's what's being done.
Hunter Biden ended up pleading not guilty to the tax charges while both sides returned to negotiations to find a deal to address the judge's concerns. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
All right, taking a look at live cam. It's a nice, pretty clear sky out there, 91 degrees. And if you watch the noon show, you know that Ursula has a theory.
Yeah, I do.
That if you get to 92 by the start of the noon show, we're going to be triple digits.
Okay, so is that true, Justin? Because we're only at 91. We're breaking the mold here.
You know what? Your logic is pretty on point. I'm not going to lie to you. You're probably right. Although we're at 91, we're forecasting 100. We'll see where we end up. You know, all it's got to do is, hit 100 for like a few minutes, and technically we've hit that number. But this is where we are this summer, trying to figure out between 99 or 100, which is better, because it has been so very hot. The aquifer is down a tenth of a foot to 628.4. Not a good situation there. Molds are moderate today at 860. The drought monitor is in. It's not looking good. We'll show it to you coming up.
A local nonprofit believes in the power of art and creativity to heal, and it's changing the lives of hundreds of active older adults and veterans. Tiffany Huerta speaking with a local veteran who showcases the healing power of art.
Being part of the Forward Arts program has been amazing.
Helen Tsett says art has improved her life in different ways.
I'm a disabled vet, but I have physical injuries and also PTSD, MST. And so it calms my mind down a lot. I've actually learned to focus again.
She is part of the Bill House Forward Arts program that offers veterans opportunities of healing, wellness, and community through engagement in the arts.
And I really love the fact that we're, online, in-person classes, the camaraderie again that you lose when you're with the military people. Is back. You get that laughing and joyful feeling.
Helen's artwork will be displayed at the latest exhibit, Pearls of Wisdom.
Every art piece tells a different story. There are over 200 of them in this exhibit, all created by local veterans and active older adults.
The testimonials we get from them are great. We hear everything from my pain subsides, I don't notice the pain, while I'm in class, to I have something to look forward to every week. Plus, they're building a community with each other and developing friendships.
It's changed their life socially, mentally. As we know, the epidemic that we have in America is the loneliness epidemic. And through the arts, we're kind of diffusing those processes that impact our lives, especially the active older population.
Helen invites the public to the free exhibit at the Art Gallery near Sacramento Street and Fredericksburg Road, Saturday at 7 p.m. and to join the programs offered here.
Come to these programs because you really get energized and you can be yourself, and healing begins here.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
Well, the healing begins there, but when does the healing begin for us in the weather department? Justin, we need some help out here, man.
September?
Or Melton?
November, December, I don't know. No, it will get better. It will, because we know we're transitioning into an El Nino situation in the fall and winter. It's not a guarantee, but history tells us that it will get better. We'll get into more of a rainier pattern, hopefully later this year. El Nino doesn't really apply during the summer, though. We don't see the jet stream, because it's so far north, doesn't really react with El Nino. It takes until the fall and winter for that to happen. So let me show you the drought monitor, and what I want to point out to you is the fact that minus a couple spots there in Kansas, the worst hit place in the United States, right here in South Central Texas. We've been hit really the hardest by this drought, and you see that area of exceptional drought that covers all of Kendall County, parts of Bexar County, parts of the Hill Country. And now we're starting to see the drought spread wider and farther after it constricted a little bit during our, if you want to call it that, rainy pattern in late May and early June. So the exceptional drought stretches from Blanco to Fredericksburg, Bandera, Fair Oaks Ranch over to Bernie. That's kind of the worst of it, but it does stretch down into parts of Bexar County, as we said, even a severe drought for southern parts of Bexar County. So not a great situation. We know that. And here is kind of the astounding number, and Mia just wrote a great article around this idea, but 680 consecutive days that at least some part of South Central Texas has been in a drought. That's nearly 2 years. So the last time we were Drought-free, you got to go back to early September 2021. Pretty incredible. It's been a bad stretch for us, and as I said, hopefully that all changes this fall and winter. Lake levels have taken a hit too. Amistad 37% full, it's down 50 feet. We know Medina is in really bad shape. Canyon Lake's the one I'm kind of watching right now because it's down to 72% full and it's nearing a record low. We're about 2 feet away and it looks like it may get there. So the lake's suffering too, the rivers, all of it. What about potential rainfall going forward? Where do we stand here? It's honestly not fair. You look at this map, just a big hole right over Texas. And it's because of that ridge high pressure. So there's rain in the Rockies, you get rain across the East Coast, but just not here. At least over the next 7 days, it stays dry. Sorry to say, it's just the way it's setting up. And as we go outside for you right now, we've got 91 degrees. Dew point is at 69 and dropping. Heat index is at 96. And temperatures today should be right around 100 degrees, right where we've been really over the last 3 or 4 weeks. 97 Fair Oaks Ranch, 96 in Bernie, 103 in Pearsall today. It is another CPS Energy Yellow Day. You got to try to conserve some energy between 3 and 8 p.m. At least that's what CPS Energy is asking you to do. For more information, you can scan that QR code. We have some information on our website. Here's a look at the satellite picture, and there are a few showers right along the coast. We noticed a few showers in the extreme northern parts of the Texas Panhandle, but our ridge high pressure is really squashing everything. And you can see that here with water vapor, shows where there's some, at least some moisture in the atmosphere, and we're just not seeing much underneath this ridge high pressure. There's a little disturbance down here. There's dry air out ahead of it, so that doesn't really do much for us either. And this slides further south, so that pretty much keeps rain out of the forecast. And that's what we see here in the 7-day. 99 tomorrow, a virtual cold front. Big deal. 100 Saturday, 101 Sunday, and then it actually does warm up even more next week. Yes.
You are a big deal, though, Justin.
I don't know about that. Not until it rains.
That 99 is a big deal.
It is.
The psychological effect.
It is.
Double digits.
That's right.
That's what we're pushing for.
All right. The U.S. women's soccer team did not get the outcome that they had hoped for after their last match. But don't count them out yet. Why the next match is going to be the one to watch.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
The football season is so close. The Cowboys were finally on the field for their first practice of camp yesterday in Oxnard. Temperatures were perfect. At midday, it was in the upper 70s. But not so perfect on the offensive side of the ball. Yes, Dak Prescott had an interception, but it would be hard to count it against him since it went right through the hands of the receiver and into the arms of a defender. Speaking of defenders, the Cowboys have one of the best defensive backs in the league in Trayvon Diggs. Dallas believes he's so good, they extended his contract 5 years and are going to pay him around $100 million. Here's a look at what's up next for the next few days. Looks like the Cowboys, there's going to be another practice this afternoon and this weekend. And on Sunday, while the boys get the day off, we'll hear from Jerry Jones on Instant Replay. Now, the Houston Texans got on the practice field yesterday, and it seems like the team has a theme. New year, new coach, new QB. And as DeMeco Ryans starts his era as the head coach, at least he has a lot of young talent to coach. Starting with second-year defensive back Jalen Petrie. The former Baylor Bear had 147 tackles as a rookie, 1 sack, 5 picks, and 8 passes defended. He got good with a lot of hard work, but also with some time on the couch. With a video game controller in his hand, he says playing Madden has helped him improve his cover skills.
Believe it or not, a lot of the route concepts, really all of the route concepts that these NFL teams are running is on the game. So when you're playing around and you picking these plays, like these are plays that these offensive coordinators are picking. Obviously, you know, their knowledge of the game is a lot further than us, but these are the same plays. So if you continue to see that, you continue to put that in your mind, then when you get out onto the field and you start seeing it, it's going to just start to click and click. So I think it's just a good rep for you to just get on Madden and just look at stuff because it's obviously fun too.
All right, my NFL dreams might not be over yet. Just got to go download Madden. Got it. Thanks for that, Jalen. This is what gets the Cowboys' Zach Martin excited. The Texans just signed offensive lineman Titus Howard to an extension worth $56 million, and it includes $36 million guaranteed. It was a first-round pick for the Texans in 2019. And here's what the Texans are up to. A lot of practice time over the next few days. However, tomorrow is their first practice that's open to the fans.
Now to the World Cup. Overnight, the U.S. tying the Netherlands in a rematch of the 2019 final. ABC's Maggie Rulli with what is next for Team USA and why their next game is especially important.
It was the group match that everyone was waiting for between the finalists from the last World Cup. We marched along with fans who let the world know who they were here to cheer for.
We love it!
The showdown between the U.S. and the Netherlands living up to all the pregame hype. The Dutch striking first.
1-0 Netherlands!
But the U.S. emerging in the second half with a renewed sense of purpose. This moment, co-captain Lindsey Horan knocked off her feet by a hard tackle.
She was not happy. She's still upset.
Minutes later, the fired-up number 10 got her revenge, heading the ball into the back of the net.
Ball headed down, tied and won! She did it, Horan!
Horan's heroics bringing Team USA back from the brink.
You were absolutely dominating the attack today. How did it feel when you got that goal?
I'm really happy with the tie. Obviously, we would love to have 3 points, but getting that goal and the emotions that go with it was a proud moment.
The match ending in a 1-1 tie between these two powerhouses.
I mean, we're happy with the point. We obviously would have loved to win, but to come back against such a tough opponent says a lot about us and says a lot about the fight this team has.
Team USA almost pulled off a win with a goal by Alex Morgan in the second half. The entire stadium erupted in cheers, only for it to be called back as offside. Well, now that this game ended in a tie, it means that anything is still possible and that Team USA's game against Portugal on Tuesday morning is now critical if they want to end this group stage on top. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Wellington, New Zealand.
New Zealand.
The Netherlands wanted their revenge, but USA wouldn't let them have it.
Now,
you know who else is putting their best foot forward?
What's going on here?
He's put his best foot forward in a beach theme. Mike, looking like you're having a ball. And staying cool.
Risky business right there. Take a look at this. We now have video of that dramatic moment where a crane crashed from 45 stories up in Midtown Manhattan yesterday. At least 12 people were injured, and that part of town had to be evacuated and blocked off. ABC's Rena Roy with why the company had at least 2 prior collapses, which were deadly.
Terrifying video shows the moments this crane caught fire before collapsing into the heart of Midtown Manhattan. People below on the street running for cover. This video showing panicked construction workers inside the building.
Should we get out? I don't know. Is it going to keep falling off? Let's go!
The crane was moving 16 tons of concrete when it dislodged, slamming into a high-rise, then falling more than 45 stories around 7:30 a.m. Wednesday as morning rush hour began to kick off.
It sounded like a bomb went off.
These roommates describing the sound as the crane smashed through their window.
I heard a big explosion and then something falling, and then all 3 of my window panes blew in my face.
Construction worker Delisha McInnes was working on the bike path on the nearby West Side Highway when she saw the fire. She called 911.
It's scary. You know, you have so many high rises going up. You have a building going up every week.
According to the New York City Fire Department, 12 people on the ground were injured, including 3 firefighters.
This could have been much worse.
Officials say hydraulic fluid leaked, sparking flames in the engine of that crane.
ABC News has learned the company that owned the crane in this incident also was involved in 2 deadly crane collapses 15 years ago. We reached out to the company for comment and so far have not heard back. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Extreme heat across the U.S. has now threatened the nation's largest power grid. PJM Interconnection issued an emergency alert today. It calls for all of its systems to be online due to heightened demand, even those that are on a planned outage. PJM manages electricity for over 65 million people across several states. That includes Illinois, Michigan, New Jersey, Tennessee, and West Virginia. Over 140 million people are under heat alerts across much of the country, with record-breaking temperatures expected through at least Saturday.
The U.S. economy grew stronger than expected in the second quarter, but consumers are pulling back. Growth from April through June showed the economy's continued resilience in the face of steadily higher interest rates. Driving the gain was a burst of business investment, with companies putting more money into factories and equipment. Spending by state and local governments also helped fuel growth.
For the 11th time in 17 months, the Federal Reserve has boosted interest rates. The Fed wants these interest rate hikes to bring down inflation Inflation has been cooling off recently, but not enough for the Federal Reserve. So what does this mean for you? Economists say the biggest impact will be on borrowers because the Fed's benchmark lending rate impacts car loans, credit cards, and mortgages. For people looking for a home loan, this latest round of interest hikes means they'll pay more for their property. The historic series of interest rates has sidelined many would-be home buyers, and there's no guarantee relief is coming anytime soon.
Inflation is still too high. The Federal Reserve is raising interest rates aggressively to slow the economy and get that inflation back down.
Economists say more rate hikes could be ahead this year.
Looking out there with live cam, there's my 92 degrees.
But only at 12:30.
I know. This is amazing.
Just had to be patient.
Apparently.
Yeah, a couple of clouds in the sky. You know, this ridge high pressure that's bringing us all this heat, it's kind of expanding, and so it's covering more real estate now. There's a lot of places in the United States that are dealing with some big-time heat, and it's probably going to get worse. You look at St. Louis, it's 95. Chicago's not that much cooler than we are. They're sitting at 90 right now. In New York City, same story, 90 degrees there. 96 in El Paso, the normal hot spots in the 100s, 100 in Vegas, 102 in Phoenix. It's still the Pacific Northwest. That's the good place to be right now. 66 in Portland, 68 right now in Seattle. But the rest of the country dealing with the heat, including Texas. You're not going to find a place under 90 degrees except out towards Marfa here in the Lone Star State. 387, a little elevated. It helps. But the rest of the state above 90 degrees and warming. Quick check of the authority radar. We do have some showers and storms right along the coast. A little sea breeze action like we've seen the last couple of days. But this is well off to our east. This is almost nearing Houston. We're not going to see it here. So more mostly sunny skies and hot temperatures. 99 at 3 o'clock. We're up around 100 today. Heat index probably 101, 102. And then by tonight, we drop down into the 80s. It probably takes until 11 o'clock for that to happen. And then down into the low 80s by midnight. As we finish out July, we're looking at some pretty impressive stats. Where do we rank as far as hottest Julys on record? We're going to show that to you coming up in just a couple minutes.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for that, Justin. July is National Cleft and Craniofacial Awareness Month.
And a local San Antonio mother is sharing her experience with her son who was born with a cleft palate and lip. Take a listen.
Hearing anything is wrong with your child can be devastating.
Gloria Madera found out during her 20-week anatomy scan that her son Archie would be born with a cleft lip and palate on the left side of his mouth. This means he had a hole in between his lips and on the roof of his mouth. Cleft is one of the most common birth defects, and about 1 in 700 children are born with either a cleft lip or palate, and in this case, some are born with both. Madera believes raising awareness for how often this happens is important.
The world can be kind of a mean place sometimes, especially with kids. Exposing your own children to differences of people can really help open their eyes.
That is so important. So far, Archie's journey has consisted of 3 surgeries at 6 months old. Bless his little heart. He had his cleft lip repaired at 10 months. The palate was repaired. Archie also had some tubes put in because cleft affects children. Cleft-affected children tend to have some speech impediments and hearing challenges. Archie will need to have more surgeries in the future, but the amount of surgeries needed is just not known right now. You can read more about Archie and Gloria's journey by heading over to our website, KSAT12.
And the Right Start program is still accepting school supply donations for kids. But this is the last week of the program. The teachers of Somerset and Judson ISD will be getting the supplies this year. And United Way is looking for volunteers to help with the donations on August 4th. If you still have stuff to donate yourself, you can visit any Cavender Auto dealership in San Antonio or visit United Way directly at 700 South Alamo Street. You can also buy a school supply bag by texting Right Start to 41444.
Even though the heat isn't letting up, summer isn't winding down, or is winding down in another sense. Yeah, check it out. School backpacks. Kids headed back to school soon, and they have a chance for a fresh start this year thanks to a group of community leaders. The Maloff International Group is partnering up with Big Brothers Big Sisters and Urban Air. They're giving away 750 free backpacks full of school supplies. This giveaway starts at 6 p.m. tonight at Urban Air on 1604 and Bandera Road. It's on a first-come, first-served basis. Kids are also going to get a free ticket to jump and play at the Urban Air Park until 9 o'clock tonight. A hack used by travelers to get a better deal on flights now leading to a lawsuit. But a major airline is not going after the customers.